Welcome to the 6th Annual Terrier Startup Challenge. After 2 years of being virtual, it's great to be back in person. And just delighted to have everyone here. For those of you who don't know, I'm Dave Samhat, president of the college. Kurt very kindly asked me to say a few words, and few is the key. He kept saying that, few words, Nate, and I've already exceeded his limit.
It's all good.
He's very kind. I want to thank our judges for being with us tonight, and all of our entrepreneurs. And one of the great things about a liberal arts education is that it creates opportunities, or it creates a mindset that thinks of challenges as opportunities. And that's a lifetime mindset. Too many people think of challenges as barriers, but challenges are opportunities. Entrepreneurial ideas come from challenges. What can we do with this? How can I fix that? Can I fill a gap? Whether it's for-profit or non-profit, filling those gaps is the very essence of entrepreneurial thinking. I often say that it's not only about business and economics. Writing a paper on philosophy or religion or politics or anything, history, is about coming up with an interesting question that is worth solving. That is the essence of entrepreneurship. And that is the essence of what happens at a liberal arts institution like ours. We have contestants, presenters across all disciplines, student athletes and others, non-athlete students. We have students from across all disciplines, all classes, all a variety of experiences coming together who have identified challenges and seen an opportunity. And that, to me, is what is wonderful about what happens here at Wofford College, what happens in your education. And that is the lesson that you carry forward in life. And I want to thank Kurt for organizing this event and his staff in the Career Center. This is from the Career Center.
Absolutely.
And it is one of the wonderful and distinctive features of what we do here on our campus. And so I wish you all good luck, and thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Nate, thank you. I appreciate that, and we're going to get started in just a second, but I do want to kind of cover some logistics and thank Nate for spending some time with us in those words. I am Kurt McPhail. I'm the Executive Director of the Career Center. Here at Wofford in our Career Center, we also believe in teaching students, as Nate said, about entrepreneurial thinking. It is clear that most employers that we talk to want students and want to hire students who understand the value of seeing problems and solving them, and it's why we do entrepreneurship here in our Career Center at Wofford. So I am super excited for everyone to be here. A couple of housekeeping things. If you need the restroom, they're out the doors to the left. I don't know my left and right very well. To the left, and then over in the right across from Starbucks, they're over there. We are under a mask mandate. As Nate said, we might change that sometime, but if you're in this room and not eating, we'd love for you to keep your mask on. We're allowing our speakers not to have a mask on, so just know that. On the corners of each row should have been a couple of QR codes. One of those is for students to check in. If you're a student, we'd love to know you're here so we can reach out to you. If you are a student or a visitor, there's also a participant lookbook on that. You can follow along. It's the presentation that was running on a loop beforehand. If you can't find one, just ask somebody around you to hand you the QR codes to see, and we'll make sure we pass this around. In terms of how this will look tonight, we have 17 student ventures that will pitch. They each have 2.5 minutes to pitch. And then one table of our judges will ask one group, the next table of judges will ask the next group, and that will be 1.5 minutes. I tell you that because we're going to get out of here sometime around 7:45 or 8 o'clock, and we're going to keep this rolling tonight. So just know that. The judges will score presentations, hand it to our scorekeepers over there, and we will have live results at the end. It may take us a second or two to do some math, but we will know who wins tonight. And while we're talking about who wins, let's think about what they are. We are giving prizes to the top 5 presenters. We're all winners tonight. Looking up at our winners travel group. We're all winners tonight. So everybody, we're so excited you're here. First place tonight will win $4,500 to go towards their venture. Second place, $2,500. Third place, $1,500. And fourth and fifth place will get $750 to advance these ideas along. So before I introduce our awesome judges, there's a couple of folks that I have to thank. These events like this don't happen. They take lots of time and planning, and I have the best team at Wofford. And so I wanted to introduce those folks. I want to start with our student ambassadors who are going to be presenting the judges with different things. So we've got Caroline in the front. Caroline, can you raise your hand? We've got Kate next to her who's going to be helping. Connor over there. Thank you. Elicum is right here. He is our timekeeper. We also have our launch student volunteers, Ella and Hannah over here, who are compiling scores. And also, I got to talk about our staff. So Dr. Tasha Smith-Tyus is in the back of the room. Rebecca is over here, Rebecca Parker. And I have to make sure we thank Adita Soto, because all of this would not have happened without her dedication and focus on keeping us all together. And those of you who have pitched know that Adita's been at every pitch practice we've had, and there's been a lot of them. So can you help me in thanking all of those folks that have helped us? It goes without saying also that the students who are pitching tonight have taken an extra exorbitant amount of time to do this in the midst of what word on the street is one of the hardest weeks, even harder than midterm week around here for opportunities. So that's super exciting, and you'll see some of the preparation that's gone into that. So before we get started, I want to introduce our 4 judges. Table 1 over here, John Vaught. John is president and co-founder of Longleaf Holdings USA, a Spartanburg-based investment firm that started and sold several business ventures. John still operates Longleaf Holdings, LLC, a commercial real estate and development firm that has taken a minority position in several startup businesses, the most recognized probably being Southern Tide. In 2007, John and his partner acquired RJ Rockers, and in 2009 brought the brewery downtown. John continues to be heavily involved in Spartanburg County's entrepreneurial community, including helping launch the Spartanburg Angel Network in 2015. John is also a 1989 graduate of Wofford. So John, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Besides John, also on table 1 is Marcos Gomez Agnoli, a native of Medellin, Colombia. Marcos came to the United States to study at Xavier University, where he received his BS in Business Administration and went on to get his MBA from Xavier as well. In 1994, Marcos came to Spartanburg to work for Beverage Air as the Vice President of International Sales. After that, Marcos went on to found Del Frio, a major importer of commercial refrigeration, achieving a lifetime dream of his. Marcos is a partner with the Career Center and hires interns from Wofford to assist with valuable hands-on training in international business. He's also a life supporter of the PAN Foundation, which was founded by his late father, Carlos, to support homeless children in Colombia. So let us welcome Marcos Gomez as our second judge. Table 2, the first judge I'll introduce is Lakisha Whitner. Lakisha is a community engagement and economic development professional with extensive experience in nonprofit and government agencies. Throughout her career, she's been known for her strategic vision, her collaborative leadership style, and proven ability to construct new foundations and forge progress that engenders tangible advancements for generations to come. Currently, Lakisha is the supportive service manager for Northside Development Corporation, or Development Group, sorry. Well, Lakisha and I used to work together a long, long time ago. Also, Lakisha is the director of Start Me, which is a highly concentrated course in micro entrepreneurship here in Spartanburg. Lakisha got both her bachelor's degree and MBA from Limestone College. Let's welcome Lakisha. Our last judge of the night is Paul Clark. Paul is the managing director of Venture South. He's part of a team responsible for investments in financial services companies and vehicles. That includes a small business investment company fund and also developing junior lending capabilities. Paul has extensive private equity investment and fund experience as a principal at BC Partners in New York and in London. I found this fascinating, Paul, because we're talking about liberal arts education. Paul holds his Master of Arts in medieval history from Fordham, and he got his BA in history from Durham, which is a college in the UK. So let's welcome Paul Clark. So we are ready to start. We're going to let the first pitcher come up. And Luke, I'll let you kick this off. The rest will come up without introduction. You'll see them coming up on the screen. They'll tell you who they are, and we'll go ahead and start.
Sounds good. Hey, I'm Luke with Whole Lot of Balls. The problem that we've identified are golf balls are expensive. A lousy golfer like myself can spend anywhere from $50 per course to $60. New golf balls range from $1.50 to $4 per ball, a serious no-go. Conversely, used golf balls come in randomly assorted bins as shown here. Through customer research, we found that golfers want to have the brands that help them play better and have constant quality. Our solution is Whole Lot of Balls, where we use our proprietary cleaning technique to get the balls as squeaky as possible in order to grade based on quality and brand. Our affordability can match any budget. From 22 cents per ball to $1 is our price range. Lastly, our selection is broad, and anything a golfer loses, we're able to get. Our revenue model is simple. We sell a golf ball at an average of 40 cents per ball, totaling $5,100 in sales since March of 2020. We run a profit margin of 29.3%, and labor is our major cost, taking 2 hours and 50 minutes to turn 100 golf balls from coarse trash to packed and shipped. Our peak season is summer, and our best marketplace that we've by far been able to grow on is Sideline Swap. Our social and environmental impact is simple. We reduce the amount of golf balls produced by reusing Whole Lot of Balls. We are working on completing the cycle through recycling used golf balls. We are already distinguished sellers on Sideline Swap, and we wish to grow to be a full range of golf equipment. In order to do that, we need funding to create branding so that we can attend golf courses and have buying events. At these buying events, we use Sideline Swap's value guide, where it will give us real-time market buying and selling costs. Lastly, we want to further research recycling avenues for degraded golf balls. Thank you.
All right, Luke, stay up here for table one to ask questions for a minute and a half.
Good job. So tell me again, where do you source the golf balls?
Right here. Me and my brothers, we have partnerships with local golf courses. We'll go during off days or maintenance days, and we'll pick golf balls from the woods.
How about you have any contracts with golf courses?
We do not have specific, because we were able to sell at a higher price on Sideline Swap and reach a broader market.
How big is the used golf market in the U.S.?
I'm not for sure about that, but it may be hard to calculate because there is Craigslist and smaller entities.
And you said you want to go from doing golf balls into the equipment side?
Yes, sir. We kind of see golf balls as just a stepping stone to be able to offer a full range of golf equipment. And so Sideline Swap, what they've basically done is take the place of Play It Again Sports, where you're able to find quality equipment for any kind of sport, and we just want to fill the golfing niche.
Good job. Thank you all. We appreciate it. Judges, are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Hi y'all, my name is Maggie Royce and I am so excited to tell y'all about the Confetti Club. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there has been a massive shift in the market. We are no longer going on expensive vacations, luxurious trips, concerts, meals out, you name it. We're not doing it. The thing is, with this market shift, society and specifically Generation Z now funnels most of their money into what I like to call little luxuries. Little luxuries are essentially self-care products with a high priority on aesthetics, specifically because Generation Z lacked a lot of experiences due to this pandemic. The question being, how do we deliver these products in an effective, safe, and positive way? This leads me to the Confetti Club. I've developed a subscription-based floral delivery service functioning on southern small college campuses. You will receive a bouquet delivered to your apartment or dorm room wrapped in a beautiful bow with a personalized handwritten note to show my customers that I care genuinely about them, while also providing an Instagram-worthy, safe experience. My revenue model is simple. It is a subscription-based service where there is intentional pre-orders, so I do not have any major overhead costs per month. And for the month of November, I actually have 30 pre-orders with $20 per bundle, functioning at a 50% profit margin. I also have raised $400 in startup funding from the community through Confetti Club sales. I first sold $1,000 and made $400, and with this has really shown me that the Wofford community has really invested in the brand, and I'm really, really grateful for that. However, I do have some major costs that I have to deal with right now. One of them being filing for an LLC, which is really difficult. This will allow me to be able to wholesale flowers, and by wholesaling flowers, I do not have to pay tax. However, it is expensive to get your LLC license. I also have about 6 months worth of supplies that is needed to be bought at around $350. One of the central goals of the Confetti Club, and something that is incredibly near and dear to my heart, is supporting female entrepreneurs within the Southeast. One of the ways that I wish to do this is by buying flowers from female-owned flower farms, as well as donating a part of my proceeds to female-focused nonprofits, giving back to the Spartanburg area, which is given to me. I would love to have a soft launch in the next month, register as an LLC, and have pop-ups on other college campuses. Thank you.
Paul and Lakisha, questions for the Confetti Club?
Yeah, excellent presentation. I love your deliverance. So are you currently using a local farm base to help you with your flower supply, or no?
So it is a half and half right now. Half of those flowers are sourced from Sassafras Flower Market, which is a women-owned farm in Greer, South Carolina, and then the other half are a little bit sourced within Georgia and other areas. That is because Sassafras had a bit of a drought right now, but also I do not have that wholesale number to be able to get them at a more affordable cost. Yes, ma'am.
Are you considering local pop-up shops, and not just your campuses, but other local pop-up shops?
Yes, ma'am. The hope would be to do that. The one challenge with that is getting inventory and having those overhead costs, which I'm still trying to work out, but I have been in contact with Little River Roasting to try to do some pop-ups there locally.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Maggie, am I buying a subscription to treat myself to these flowers every month, or to treat other people?
Either or. That's a great question. One of the big things that I'm offering right now, especially with the holiday season on Wofford's campuses, are people are able to buy gifts for from their family or friends. So right now I actually have friends' grandmas who are wanting to buy 3 months for January, February, March. Yeah. But also you can buy them for yourself. Yes, sir.
Is anybody else doing a subscription of this kind of thing?
No, sir. I, through market research, have not been able to find anything on any college campus.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
While we're waiting on our next presenter, if those of you that are standing in the back, if you want to go out and come in this door, there's more room over here where you can sit down. So just so you know.
Just wait till they get the score sheets off and that's all. You got this.
Hang on one second. All right. Hope everybody can find a seat. We're getting ready to get rolling with the next. Judges, are y'all ready? Yes. All right. You got it.
Hi, my name is Davis Newman. I'm a sophomore biology major and economics minor on the pre-med track. And I'm here today to pitch my idea for a mercantile and exchange app tailored specifically for college and university students. This is Lulu. Lighten up, load up. So, what problems point to Lulu as the logical solution? Well, college students are frequently struggling financially. Their lives are constantly changing as they're moving housing, changing classes, and graduating. They're extremely fickle, and they're producing a lot of waste. The solution? Lulu. Lighten up, load up. Lulu fixes all of these problems by providing a platform on which college students can buy and sell items amongst one another. Here are some existing platforms like Lulu. While I do view these platforms as the current competitors of online marketplaces, they are not direct competitors with Lulu because they all serve a global market. Lulu will be a bit like a small business in that it will focus on appealing to and helping only that one unique group of individuals, college and university students. According to the National Center for Educational Statistics, there are about 19.6 million college and university students in the United States, and I believe that most of them face the problems that I've discussed. Lulu will be free to download, create an account, and even make a deal. Most of Lulu's revenue will come from a $1 posting fee for all users after their first listing. Lulu will also sell advertisement slots on users' feeds that correspond to relevant things locally, such as storage units. If Lulu were able to attract 15% of its total market to the app, and each user only made one paid posting per year, then annual revenue would total at around $2.8 million, not including advertisements sold. Each college student produces an estimated 640 pounds of waste per year. Using Lulu, however, will help to reduce some of the waste that we are producing by incentivizing students to repurpose goods. Since I had the idea for Lulu, I have researched similar products for ideas and insights, created the app's user interface and planned endlessly on paper, and I've researched, selected, and made great progress in a comprehensive iOS app development course. In the end, today, I too am just another broke college student who could really use some money. I plan to develop the app without any of the usual extreme costs, but I will need money for consulting fees as I fine-tune the intricate parts of the app, marketing and advertising, and renting server space to host users' data. Thank you so much for considering Lulu. Lighten up, load up.
Table one.
So, what are the top products that you have to handle?
Truthfully, this will kind of be up to the users. They can put couches, tables, any furniture, flags, posters, clothes, used clothes, products that they make, paintings, jewelry, necklaces. Sky's the limit. Yeah.
What do you think is your biggest roadblock?
My biggest roadblock, I think, is going to be in expanding to smaller schools like Walford. Like at USC, I don't think there'll be a problem because there's so many students, but when I'm trying to start out at a smaller school, the worry is that there won't be enough moving around within that one market. So my counter to that is there's other schools in the area, and Lulu, you'll be able to shop specifically at your school in a broader market like within the city of Spartanburg, Converse, Walford, other schools around. And for smaller things that you're able to ship like textbooks, shirts, anything like that, you'll be able to shop nationally and use campus post offices to ship. So.
And you've already started the app?
Well, I'm in the process of developing,
Gotcha.
but yeah.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
And it's the one on the right.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carrington Johnson. By combining my love for physical fitness with an awareness of the importance of mental health, I'm ready to introduce a business that will invite clients out of their comfort zone and into a healthier lifestyle. MERGE is a short acronym that stands for Mental and Physical Excellence through Resilience, Grit, and Endurance. Running track on the collegiate level has taught me that there is so much more to the game than keeping my physical body in top shape, but the quality of my mindset is equally as important. MERGE addresses the problem of overwhelming mental illness and underwhelming physical activity. In 2019, nearly 50 million Americans suffered from mental illness. This number has only increased since the pandemic. Meanwhile, only 20% of us are getting enough exercise. MERGE takes these physical and mental health needs and solves them through pop-up fitness and wellness classes. But the session at MERGE is so much more than a workout. Why? Because we're so much more than our physical bodies. A healthy lifestyle to me is an embodiment of many aspects: physical health, mental health, financial, spiritual, and emotional well-being, just to name a few. First, we educate our clients on the importance of caring for our minds as much as our bodies. We implement this by working out together and engaging in activities such as gratitude, meditation, and deep breathing. MERGE will pilot in my hometown of Anderson, South Carolina. I plan to charge $10 per class, and I estimate 15 clients at each session. By teaching 2 classes per month, I can generate upwards of $3,000 per year in revenue. What my clients are paying for is the opportunity to reach their highest levels of resilience, grit, and endurance. These are traits that I've developed as a student athlete here at Wofford College. My freshman year, I did not have the tools for stress management. My body began to react with what I thought was swelling from an allergic reaction, when in reality, it was all from stress. From these experiences, I learned the value of self-care, and I realized that we all have stressors in our lives. MERGE creates the valuable social impact of teaching people how to cope with these stressors. So far, I've hosted a free community event with a guest speaker from ANMED Health and giveaways from 4 local business partners. My next step is to begin charging for these classes. I will put tonight's money towards branded merchandise, equipment for the classes, and my personal training certification. Clients will experience my innovative approach to physical and mental health, because at MERGE, it's more than a workout. Thank you.
Paul or Lakisha, questions?
Listen, she might be looking if I worked out today or not. I'm thinking, did I work out today or not? You had your own personal issues, and that's what led to you working on this. Have you tried it with anyone else?
This class was really the first attempt. Within my family, I've really motivated them to start thinking more about mental health, because growing up, it isn't really something we acknowledged. I come from a Christian household, so it's always, or so turn to the Bible, lean on God. There was this recognition that you actually can suffer from mental illness. It doesn't discriminate. And so just being more open with them, and I've seen the impact it's had on them in their lives, that's been really special for me.
Thank you.
Carrington, what does a pop-up class mean, and how do I know when the next one's going to be so that I know to go?
Okay, so pop-up class is where we come to you. So I hosted this one at my old high school. So I'd go to local parks, schools, stadiums, try to advertise through social media, word of mouth, flyers. So it's not in the same location each time. We just pop
Okay,
up.
so not a spontaneous thing, it's planned out ahead of time?
Yes, sir.
Got it, okay. And so who do you have that can lead all these classes when you do 10,000 of them around the upstate?
I will eventually, it's just me for now, but I'll eventually, if this turns into a post-grad plan, expand the business, bring on more people to my team, hopefully a sports psychologist, to deal with more of the mental side of things, hiring more trainers and instructors, but they have to have my same passion, because I want the vision to remain constant.
Okay.
You're planning to get your personal training certification. Is that, if you win, is that where you're going to use your funds for to get that certification?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you considered partnering with other local fitnesses that are here, fitness trainers that are here now?
Actually, last year I got my first experience teaching group fitness. I taught out on the Mary Black Walking Trail. I taught classes once a week, and that was a really good experience, just to partner with her as a trainer and learn from her and experience how she builds up her clientele.
Wonderful. Thank y'all so much.
You got this.
But can we fix this one?
You got this stuff.
Okay.
Lakisha, you ready? Are you? Yep, we're good? Awesome.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is Merce Mechanics, a women-owned automotive business. I am Murphy Thornton, and this is a picture of my personal car, and I'm holding up a newspaper of when I was in my high schools on the front page. They did a story on my passion for cars and my business. So I personally have been ripped off by multiple car shops before, and I've even worked in one where I've seen it firsthand, just being made feel uncomfortable and seeing other people be ripped off while I worked there. Along with that, around 4.9% of automotive mechanics are female and 91.7% are male. So I want to increase the number for females and show girls that they can do jobs that are prominently male dominated. So around 70 million vehicle breakdowns occur in the US each year, so it's a huge market for mechanic shops. So the solution is Merce Mechanics. Unlike other traditional mechanic shops, we will walk people through each and every step and show them exactly what's going on to prevent overpricing. And I plan to start off with a YouTube channel that has how-to videos focused on car maintenance directed towards women and men as well. So far, like I said, I was in the newspaper for my high school, and my dad and I went to SEMA, which is International Car Show in Las Vegas. It's business only, so it's not open to the public. We do several custom projects where people have put down deposits and are still putting them down for custom projects. And then I did an internship at a paint and body shop. So for my revenue plans for the how-to videos, they will be on YouTube, and the ads from that will be around 10%. And then customizations will be around 60, and then classes and workshops that will be online and in person around 30. Thank you.
Awesome.
So it's a shop. So you've
Yes.
got online videos, a shop, and then where do you want to start the business?
Where do I want to start it? Like
Yeah.
the location? Well, there are a couple of car shops that have already been started, but it's very few, mostly in California. So I want to start on the east side, probably in South Carolina, because that's where I'm from, and there's no other one in South Carolina. I don't know the exact location yet. I want to do it in a community that I know needs help, because I want to be a really positive impact on the community around it. So.
Was the number of cars that are actually owned by women?
Cars owned by women?
Yes.
Well, my dad actually used to own a transmission shop, and he owns a towing company right now. But when he owned the transmission shop, it was majority women that came in. So even like family cars, it's normally moms that bring them in because men, I guess, think they're too busy for it. But they don't have any idea what they're doing at all. So I don't know why they take them in.
Because the reason why I ask you this is because how would you overcome the resistance by male car owners to come to your shop?
Well, males can come as well. It's open to both. It's just to end overcharging people, and for just males making anyone feel uncomfortable. Males can make males feel uncomfortable as well. So.
Have you had training?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Have you taken classes, like mechanics classes?
Part of the money that I want to win, it will go towards Trident Technical College classes. They have an automotive program that I want to do over the summer where I get my certifications. Because I'm not like the best mechanic right now. I'm still learning from my dad and internships that I'm doing. So.
Gotcha.
Long term, how are you going to handle the electric cars?
Electric cars?
Uh-huh.
Well, the same with everything evolving. My business will evolve as well towards those, but electric cars don't need much mechanic work. So.
Awesome. Thank y'all. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Judges, you ready? Hannah, you got it. Go.
Hi, my name is Hannah Sterling, and I'm pitching Fashion Curls and online clothing and accessory boutique. Ever since I was young, fashion has been in my blood. As you can see, I was always trying to find the most interesting and expressive outfit combinations. As a young girl, we always were moving, whether that be churches or school. Therefore, I lost my close group of friends from when I was young. Community was a very loose term. Just like me, other people have a desire for a sense of community, a place to belong. That is why I decided to start Fashion Curls. I wanted a place to call my own that morphed my love for fashion and desire to provide community for others into one. Overall, a lot of young women are trying to find a brand that cares for them. It's not just about the item, but the customer service as well. The reviews, the response time, the look are all important. With big chains, there's always complaint about the speed or the horrible customer service. Women are wanting a brand that treats them as a human being and not just a living, breathing wallet. This is where Fashion Curls comes into play, because our solution for this concern is relationships. Our goal is to form a connection with each and every potential customer, whether that be on social media or via word of mouth. Our presence is growing on campus, so not only do we ship products to non-students, but we also hand deliver all of our orders to students on campus as well. We meet them where they are. In every order, we include a handwritten note personalized to each customer while also providing an incentive, a discount code to increase our retention rate. We have orders almost every day, and we've gotten multiple international orders since May. We've sent items to Italy, Nigeria, and more, therefore growing our community and strengthening our reach. In May, we declared that we would double our revenue by September, and we did so and even exceeded our mark by about $300. We've almost reached a mark of $5,000 revenue, and we have only been open for about a year and 5 months. Lastly, mental health is one of the biggest things that people need help with today. Everyone from younger adults and older are trying to feel wanted and a sense of belonging in a community of their own. I have realized that hand delivering my orders and stopping to have conversations with my customers have not only brightened their day, but mine as well. If I win today, I will use the money to continue to expand and provide my customers with a variety of products, rent a kiosk in a mall or local business, and travel to other pop-up shops around the country to increase constant revenue. Now judges, are you going to help Fashion Curls continue on the path of benefiting and brightening the day of strangers who will one day pass our doors? Thank you.
Paul and Lakisha.
Hannah, yes I am.
Thank you.
Where do you get your stuff from?
So I get them from wholesalers online that are only accessible through an LLC license. So it's literally the vendors that stores like Forever 21 or Fashion Nova, if you know those, are getting their clothes from as well.
Okay, and where are you getting your customers from?
My customers, it started out with friends and family, but now my social media presence has grown as on Instagram and TikTok as well. So now it's strangers that I've never met before, and that when they follow me, it's kind of like building on the community part. I reach out to them and let them know if they would like to review our site or just let us know what they think about our products.
Last question from me then. So how are you making money doing this?
How I'm making money is by pricing them up like other big retail stores do. So it's getting it at a wholesale price and marking it up for 50 to 60% and getting that profit. So right now all of it is just going to build Fashion Curls.
And is there any philanthropy component into your marketing, your branding? Do you give anything away? Is what I'm asking.
Do I give anything away? Well, I have done pop-up shops where I've donated to, one of the pop-up shops I donated to breast cancer awareness, or when I started out, and as well as just building customers, I've given away free items as well. So I do it that way as well.
And do you have a plus size market in this? I mean,
those are actually 3 feet long
Yeah.
too, and my friend, she was able to wrap it around, so if you take it out, it spreads out to be 3 feet long.
you know I'm finna try it, right? That's what we do.
While she's trying that, let's give Hannah another.
Yep, and then
Okay, y'all ready? Awesome. Carmen, go.
Hey everyone, my name is Carmen and my startup idea is Fresh Source Produce and More. We are a grocery-themed food truck that looks to deliver fresh, organic, and affordable produce to all communities. Eating healthy in the US today is a luxury and a privilege, and one that many cannot afford. There are three main problems that contribute to this. Food insecurity, which is defined as a lack of sufficient access to food for an entire family to live a healthy and active lifestyle. In a study done in 2013 at Clemson, it showed that Spartanburg County actually has the highest level of food insecurity in all of South Carolina. And then food deserts, which are defined as any area that doesn't have a sufficient access to healthy food or grocery stores, in contrast to food oases, which have multiple grocery stores and fresh food. And then this all boils down to the extreme cost of healthy living today. So what am I going to do about it? We are a food truck, so we're mobile. We can meet people in their communities to combat this issue of food deserts. And then we're fresh and organic, so we're going to have all of our produce locally sourced from Spartanburg farms to ensure that the money goes right back into the community. And then we're going to make everything at a lower cost for the people who will be buying from our food truck, and then this will ensure that we can deliver the produce to the communities for free. Additionally, I'd like to offer some tools and tips for people to make small, sustainable changes in their lives. And then our revenue model is as follows. We're going to look to locate investors first, get about $100K to start up costs, and then set up our truck, sell our produce, and eventually meals, and then network with local restaurants for advertising and events possibly, and then track our growth and adjust. We're looking to get about $150K in the first year, and then expand to other communities. So the impact. Our goal is to ensure that everyone can have access to fresh produce, no matter the circumstance nor the system. And as I said before, Spartanburg has a lot of food insecurity, and currently 93,000 people are living in a food desert here. And then here's a graph which just shows the effects and impacts of living in a food insecure household. So the progress I've made so far, I've pitched the idea in my entrepreneurship class, hey Professor Sandifer, and then I've created a business model, reaching out to investors right now. Then I look to get my trucks and permits needed to operate, and then begin my venture. Thank you.
I like the idea, but how do you scale if you're just doing it out of a truck?
Scale as in?
Like grow the business?
Yeah, so
One
I think
truck?
the first year we're just looking to operate in Spartanburg, and then based off maybe like second year, third year where we're at, we might get another food truck based off our revenue and go to other areas, or we just might use this one food truck to just go all around.
And do you have a revenue model per truck?
I do have a revenue model on an online service called LivePlan, where we've kind of created to see what we're looking at.
And what kind of margins do you run?
Well, we're looking to sell, since it's a grocery store theme, people can kind of buy what they want, but we're expecting that people will get around $14, $15 a week, and so then we'll just use that based off our monthly revenues.
Nice presentation. How do you advertise the locations that you're going to visit? How do you get people to come to your truck?
Yeah, so we're gonna look to get an Instagram account, grow that following. People are really into food trucks right now, and it's kind of like people really love to like know where they're going. So we're gonna try and play on that, but yeah, build a big social media platform.
And back to the revenue, what's your break-even point with your initial one truck product? What do you have to sell to cover your costs?
Yeah, so we're looking to gain revenue from our sales, but also have a donation aspect too. So then that would add to our overall revenue.
And how do you go about getting donations?
Yeah, so we haven't exactly figured that part out yet, but I think we're just gonna reach out to maybe local restaurants or just other people who are wanting to donate to this cause.
Thank you.
Can I sit on the first?
Yeah.
starts when we start talking.
Yeah. Are y'all ready? We ready? Okay. Yeah, whenever y'all start.
I'm Alec, this is Cassie, and we're Campus Connections. Last year, as a freshman from New York, being on a new campus over 14 hours away from my hometown was very overwhelming. I had no car and no knowledge of the area, so it was hard for me to do things like find a ride and get a haircut. Little did I know there was a student barber right here on campus. How could students like me find students like him and connect in a mutually beneficial way? This is how I came up with Campus Connections.
A consolidated platform for each university where students can offer services like photography, haircuts, oil changes, food pickup, and even student Uber substitutes. Services like these will be available for students like Alec to book appointments and pay directly through our website.
Photography for about 3 years now, but a lot of people on campus don't really know. So this website would be a great way for me to advertise my photography business and let students who need pictures done know that I'm here.
Hey, I'm Luke Nelson, and I'm a licensed barber in the state of Georgia. And I would love to use Alec and Cassie's website to grow my clientele here on Wofford's campus.
I like giving people rides, and I need to make some spending money, but I never know who I could pick up in the community. So putting myself on Campus Connections would be a perfect solution.
I used to work at a mechanic shop, and I also want to own one in the future because I really like cars. So this would help me with that skill and continue growing my business, make money by helping people on campus. I wouldn't have to go work at an unfamiliar car shop in Spartanburg, and no one here would have to take their car somewhere they didn't know there because I would be there on campus to help them.
We see this expanding to colleges across the country. In addition to offering services, student entrepreneurs can sell their products like baked goods and keychains through our platform. Since we connect student providers with student customers, to profit, we will take 15% of each transaction and also allow for advertisers on our platform.
Our goal is to stimulate and advance student entrepreneurs while helping students with various needs or desires by serving as an intermediary. This creates a mini economy and keeps students connected and safe within each college campus. Student entrepreneurs can boost their resumes, further develop their skills, and make money, all while getting a college education.
We have clearly identified a market here at Wofford. Last week, we placed 4th in a statewide pitch competition. We still need funds to develop software and to make our platform official. The Terrier Startup Challenge in itself proves how valuable and scalable Campus Connections is because every student entrepreneur here tonight can be incorporated and marketed through our platform. Thank you.
Great job. So how would new students find out about who you are? Would it be through recruitment? Would it be through admissions? And have you already spoke to them about it?
Well, we have talked to Kurt at the Career Center.
That's all we need. Then.
And they, right away, they said like every college, their #1 goal is to benefit their students. So if this was really something on every campus, that they would definitely help us with marketing. And we would also have a network economy strategy, whereas it becomes more valuable as more students and more colleges know about it and kind of accept it. And that's one way we would market it to new students. And it'd also be a way for new students to attract new students to your college, especially young entrepreneurs who maybe aren't sure if they want to go to college or start their business.
What happens if Luke gives terrible haircuts and people are complaining to you about facilitating that?
Well, we can have ratings on our platform, which is also great for the entrepreneurs. They can get good ratings, they can get reviews. So if Luke gave terrible haircuts, I guess you could go give him a bad rating. And
Luke also doesn't. He cut my hair yesterday. I think it looks pretty good.
We'll go with that. Are you handling the actual transaction and the payment and all of the e-commerce part of that as well?
Yeah, that's why I make. Originally, I've just been Venmoing Luke, so I've actually Venmoed him probably over $100 this semester alone in haircuts. So this is a way to kind of make it official, so our student entrepreneurs don't have to keep track of random Venmo payments, and it's something they can keep track of revenues. And also with affiliate marketing, it encourages student entrepreneurs like Luke to have students like me constantly come back and use our platform, because the more students he brings, he can get rewards, maybe even a Wofford hoodie or something like that.
Okay, nice.
So do they pay to be on your space? Is that how you generate revenue again?
no, we're going to generate revenue in a few ways. We're going to take a 15%, like he said, of each transaction. And we also will generate a lot of revenue through advertisers who want to target college students on our marketplace. But our revenue will come from taking a percentage of each transaction.
So Luke should have had $115 of your money.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
but he probably got a lot more customers from being on our website. So.
And colleges themselves can even incentivize students if they want to, pay students more because they're helping their students. Some colleges would even be willing to pay students a little extra, similar to how they do with TAs or resident assistants.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
So we have a 5-minute intermission. We're halfway through our pitches, but we thought we might give folks an option to get up, stretch their legs. We're going to start back at 7 o'clock, so that's actually a 6-minute break. So if you need to run to the restroom or do something like that, go outside, take your mask off, but please come back in 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and grab our seats. We are now into the second half, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Judges, are you ready?
Hi, my name is Amanda Vi. I'm a senior at Wofford, and my venture is Viable Cosmetics. There are over 84,000 unregulated chemicals being used by makeup companies, and the little research conducted by the CDC has found that some of these chemicals can cause serious health issues and birth defects. Toxic chemicals are used in almost all products today, harming us without our permission and often our knowledge. Over 120 billion single-use plastic units are sold every year in the beauty industry, putting a massive dent in our carbon footprint. When we wash our face, taking off all of our beauty products, the cosmetics BHA and BHT are sent into our lakes, streams, and oceans, wreaking havoc on aquatic life. Our venture will provide its customers the safe and effective products it is used to seeing from competitors, but with the added bonus of arriving in multi-use recyclable packaging, leaving our customers with a better body, a better planet, and beauty products they are sure to enjoy. Our solution for the 98% of women who use some type of product on their face daily is simple. We make products using natural ingredients that nurture the skin rather than exposing it to harmful toxins. The customer orders a subscription package through our website, receiving their products in recyclable containers made from PCR or post-consumer recycled plastic. Customers can buy refills that come in a recyclable material with even less of a carbon footprint, all at a lower cost. Shipping materials and packaging are recyclable as well. Our company uses a direct-to-consumer model, strictly online for the past year due to COVID. We plan to expand into in-store retail in the future at small boutiques. Our current revenue model is consumer retail, but we have intentions to create the subscription service in the near future as well. Our jelly highlighter product is sold at $12.99 per unit, and the refills will be available at a lesser price. Our profit margin is about 81%. In 2021, we have created our first product, the Moon Jelly Highlighter. Our highlighter is able to be used on the eyes, lips, and cheeks for added glow and shine. The base is aloe vera gel, and all of the ingredients are clean and toxin-free, so you can pride yourself in taking care of your health and environment by choosing to buy from Viable Cosmetics. We have a great website and social media platform up and running, which serves as our main form of advertisement. We are in the initial stage of creating a new product as well, a cream bronzer our customers are sure to love. Funds won from the Terrier Startup Challenge would go towards product development and eco-friendly packaging. Check us out on our socials for updates on our upcoming adventures. Thank you.
Questions from our judges?
So how are you sourcing the products again?
So when I initially started Viable, I actually had a partner. She was a year older than me, so she's graduated. She's now at grad school. She was a chem major, so Savannah was actually doing all of the chemical or the chemistry, formulation, and everything for our product.
So you're making your own product?
Yes, sir. And then this year, as she's graduated, I've been in the process of hiring new chemists, so I actually have 3 in line for product formulation and development.
The packaging, what material is it?
It's PCR plastic, so it's post-consumer recycled plastic. It's been used and reproduced into this plastic, so it can also be recycled again.
When you say recycle, means that you just fill it up with your cosmetic, or?
Yes, sir. So I buy in bulk. I buy the PCR plastic, which has already been, it's plastic that's pretty much melted down into a new plastic so that it's already been used, can be used again. And then I actually fill the product myself into that.
What are your current sales?
So over interim last year, I focused only on Bibles. So we launched, and then I took off for the summer and went to Europe for a while, so I actually didn't get to sell it all over the summer. So in that month alone, we made about $800 revenue. And we've put about 1,000 in, including websites, photo shoots, video, social media, everything. LLC as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's doing the changing? Can you just wait till we give you the heads up?
Okay.
All right. Judges, are we ready? Awesome. Go for it. The one on the side, the right one.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Drake Ives.
And I'm Janie Holochek.
And we are Winners Travel. Here at the Winners Travel Club, we believe that winners travel and losers stay home. So, raise your hand if you think that you're a winner. Nice, look around. Everybody see, everybody's a winner. Hands down. Raise your hand if you're a loser. Nice, good. Nice. All right, so speaking to all the winners in the room, pack your bags because we send people who deserve vacation on the trip of a lifetime.
Now, you're probably wondering, how are we going to pay for that? Because traveling is expensive, and I know I can't babysit enough to pay for that. Plus, I don't qualify for federal funding, and asking my parents for $8,000 for a trip is daunting to say the least. So, do I just stay at home?
No, Janie, you don't stay home. We have a solution for that. We are partnering with a nonprofit called the Winners Travel Foundation to send hardworking students just like yourself on a trip abroad. Now, we're making an app that will expand our reach and allow every winner to travel. Through using an incentivized approach, the Winners Travel Club promotes holistic engagement on campus and within the community. We use a transparent and competitive ranking system where students can earn points based on what they do, like attending guest lectures, doing community service, or just going and watching your friends play sports. Each activity carries a different weight. At the end of the semester, funds are allocated in ranking order. The more you do, the further you go. Our focus is on your mental, physical, and spiritual health. Winners Travel is a fully customizable learning management system designed to increase engagement on college campuses with extracurricular and co-curricular activities. It follows a subscription-based model whereby college administrators choose a subscription plan and pay a fixed amount of $1 million to Winners Travel annually. There are 1,452 colleges in the United States. If we capture 10% of our available market, we project $145 million in total revenue.
Involved students make a campus more connected and vibrant. Plus, deserving students get to earn their way towards traveling, which makes them more well-rounded individuals. It's a win-win. Drake and I put in a combined 24 hours a week working on Winners Travel.
I've also created a business plan to keep us aligned with our missions, vision, values.
As Drake and I continue to create value in Winners Travel, we're using different modes of fundraising to get us started. We would pour this financial award into developing our software. Winners Travel is coming to a college campus near you, so pack your bags.
Let's go.
So are you a nonprofit organization or are you collaborating or partnering with a nonprofit?
We are not a nonprofit. We are a technology company. The nonprofit Winners Travel Foundation is already established as a 501c3.
We developed this idea from the same mission and concept of the nonprofit, and now we're putting it into a for-profit program.
One-for-one business model.
Thank you.
Have you convinced any college administration effort to give you that $1,000 yet? You were talking about getting
For the $1 million
yes.
purchase?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So you can answer it. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have not launched the app yet. We're still in the works of wireframing, and we've not sold on the marketplace yet, but
we're piloting it offered and
Okay.
with hopes
Yes.
of making it happen next year. And yeah, next year.
And why?
So to answer your question, yes, sir, we have.
Great. And so why are you doing this? Is it just because you love winners? What's the reason that you are committed and passionate about it?
Okay, so this is more of like a personal thing. Drake and I have both had pretty like grandiose experiences in self-actualizations when we've been on trips. And actually the idea of us like working together came when I used to run track and cross country here, and I quit, and then like this was about a month ago, and Drake and I ended up talking on the steps of Old Main and just talking about like the mission, the values, and the concepts that we both share.
The mindset that we have gained through sports is what's inspired us.
Okay, yeah. Great.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Lyles Morton. I'm a freshman here at Wofford College. My venture is Clothes by Lyles, which is eco-friendly fashion. Actually, when I was putting on this outfit, I realized all my clothing I have is secondhand, and this was actually the first jacket I've ever made. So I actually got into sewing about when I was 5 years old with my grandmother, but I really got into sewing and fashion about a year ago when I learned about the climate crisis and how the clothing industry is a big polluter of it. So, what even is fast fashion? It's a method of production that is rapid producing of high volumes of clothing. This is problematic because it's both unethical and unsustainable. It's unethical because workers usually do not get compensated for how much they work through these companies, and the mass production factories do not really endure labor laws. It's also unsustainable because the clothing is cheaply made, which is probably end up in the landfill about a year it was produced. According to the UNEP, less than 1% of clothing is actually recycled into new garments. I would like to be a part of this changing of the statistic, which brings me to my solution, Clothes by Lyles. So Clothes by Lyles' goal is to create a more sustainable outlook on fashion while designing unique, ethical, and personalized clothing. I thought it'd be really interesting to show where all of these clothes came from. So the star jeans right there, I stole from my best friend. This sweatshirt in the middle, I was dyeing that jean set right there. I got yellow dye on it, so I made it into that sweatshirt. That pink jacket right there is my grandmother's, and those shoes were from the thrift store. So my revenue, it really fluctuates depending on the time and difficulty a specific design takes for a customer. The customs usually range between $20 and $50, and my production cost is little to none since my donations are from old clothing because I want to stay as sustainable as possible. So my environmental impact, like I said in the first slide, it creates less pollution locally since used clothing are repurposed rather than changing and going into waste. So my progress, I own a little Instagram account. I've upcycled about 100 new pieces. I've had this business for about a year, and I'm hoping to create a website soon or pop-up shows around campus to keep it as local as possible. Thank you.
So who's your competition?
My competition would really be just big corporations because it's easier to buy from those corporations. It's really cheaply made, but I would like to make my clothing at a cheaper price rather than sustainable companies that have it at a really high price because there's not a lot of information about how to make sustainable clothing cheap now.
How do you go about getting your clothes?
My clothes, usually I get mostly like clothing from friends and family or just around the Wofford campus. I try to stay away from thrift stores because I don't want to take away from the people who actually need those clothes at that price. Or Plato's Closet is a great way too because that is more of like a buy resell store.
Do they usually donate the clothes or?
Yeah, mostly donated clothes.
Okay.
And you want to do this all online, or do you want to have a storefront at some point in time?
I would love to have a storefront. I think that'd be pretty cool, but I mean, I don't want them like nationally or anything. It'd just be more local businesses.
Where have most of your sales been? Locally or?
Yeah, so mostly locally. I've had some where they're from like California, Nevada, but I usually like local because I don't want the shipping cost and the production of all of like the unsustainable practices over there.
And what type of inventory do you usually carry?
It really depends on what the customer wants. So if a customer's like, hey, can you do this jacket for me? I can get the jacket, or they hand me a jacket that's like their old one, and then I just repurpose it.
Can she show that jacket? I mean, can you just turn around one time and hold your girl?
Thank you all. That was great.
If they change some stuff, I'll fix it. If they're not, you got it. I'll tell you when you got it.
All right. Are y'all ready? Go ahead.
Hello everyone, I'm Tateja Robinson, the creator of Trinkets, the treasure that lasts a lifetime. So what's the problem? Many popular brands such as Pura Vida, Rastaclat, and Lokai are not always affordable and long-lasting. My sister spent $40 on just 2 Lokai bracelets, and they both broke within a few months. And I personally have spent so much money on Pura Vida bracelets that are sitting in a drawer somewhere because they got dirty within a few weeks. And keychains that you can buy in stores are often made by machines, and they'll run you over $20. Now if you ask me, that sounds like a waste of money. The solution I've come up with is Trinkets. Trinkets are low-priced, handmade keychains, bracelets, and anklets, and they're all made using the friendship bracelet technique. Starting at $15 per item, you can order your own custom trinket for yourself or for a gift. So here's what the revenue model looks like. The customer orders and they pay up front using Cash, Cash App, Venmo, and for larger organizations, check is also accepted. And then the products are then mailed to customers for an extra $1, or I often hand deliver to customers. I make $14.85 per item that is not shipped and $15.44 for items that are shipped. And since March, I've made almost $1,000, accounting for 91 trinkets. So what's the social impact? I've been able to create unique trinkets that are long-lasting and affordable, and my customers will often still talk to me about how much they love their trinkets, even customers that I had a year ago. My trinkets have also been beautiful send-off gifts for organizations, and they also can help organizations feel more connected to each other. And I also eventually want to end up working with more organizations on fundraisers. So what have I done so far? I've sold a few hundred trinkets since quarantine of last year. I recently increased the prices to $15 per item to offset the minimum wage price. And I'm currently working on a large order for an organization at a local high school. I found the most success in bulk orders from organizations, so I do plan on reaching out to more organizations and possibly the bookstore on campus to sell my trinkets. My next steps also include hiring 2 to 3 employees to work during their free time or when they need to de-stress, to build a website, and also to reach out to possible customers. Lastly, I will use the Terrier Startup Challenge funds to build said website, pay my employees, and invest in materials. Thank you for your time, and remember that trinkets are a treasure that lasts a lifetime.
So, great job, by the way. Thank you. You increased your cost from what amount to what?
It was originally $12, and now it's $15.
Yeah, to 15. Did you do a cost analysis? What made you increase it, or you just knew?
So they usually take about 2 hours to make individually. So the big motivator there was that I needed to, if I'm going to pay people, I need to at least pay the minimum wage. So I increased it to $15 for that.
Well, I'm glad you recognized the wage gap disparity. Can you go back a couple of slides? Now, I'm keep going. Was that the little thing to go around the waist that people are wearing?
Which one? Oh,
yeah.
No, ma'am. Those are just like regular bracelets and anklets.
I was going to say, that's $25, baby. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, thank you.
Paul, any questions?
So if you factor in the time and the labor and the supplies, do you make money when you sell something for $15?
Oh, absolutely. It only actually takes 15 cents to make each trinket. The time is really the only thing that we're accounting for at that point, so we're making a pretty good amount of money.
Okay, great. How do you make 10 million of them?
That's a good question. I actually don't plan on broadening this worldwide. I plan on mainly focusing on the Spartanburg community and Wofford.
Okay.
Thank you. Great.
scores back to them. All right. You got it.
I'm Liz Massey, and my business idea is Shared Comforts. This business will look to serve two different groups of clients. The first group being young professionals, and the second being adults who are living alone. The problem that young professionals are currently facing are the rising costs in accommodation. Young Londoners can spend up to 73% of their monthly income on a one-bed apartment, and this is compared to the recommended 30%. The problem adults living alone face is social isolation. Currently, across the UK, there are over 6.5 million adults who are aged 45 and older who live alone. And of these, 1.4 million reported that they were lonely. Loneliness is highly associated with the onset of depression later in life and with early mortality. To solve this problem, we will connect these two groups of individuals together through an online roommate platform. Both individuals will be vetted to ensure compatibility and safety, and it will help reduce living costs, which will reduce financial difficulties, which is a major trigger for depression. Furthermore, it will help to provide companionship, which will reduce another major trigger of depression, loneliness. There will be three main sources of revenue for this app. The first one will be paying to access the online roommate platform. The second will be advertising done through the site, which would be on an add-to-click basis. And the third will be done through donations from mental health charities and campaigns. What's the social impact of this business? For young professionals, there are currently 2 in 5 who have reported that they have felt lonely in the last 12 months. And in 2019 alone, over 6,500 individuals took their own lives. So by helping to reduce the major triggers of depression, we will look to decrease these figures. And for adults living alone, loneliness is responsible for 18% of depression. Furthermore, it will help prolong a higher quality of life, as loneliness is highly associated with rapid motor decline. Progress. So far, I have researched to ensure there is a target market out there available, and I've also received feedback from potential users. If I was to receive this funding, I would use it to generate an MVP and ensure that the online roommate platform would meet customers' needs. Thank you.
Interesting concept. How will you handle the background checks?
The background checks. Well, we would look into just like any history that they've had, and would also the same kind of process that they do for jobs, that like the DP, that sort of process. Yeah.
Are there other competing services out there, other dating apps and all other kinds of apps? But
I know there's lots of roommate apps, but I haven't found one specifically that looks at the two different groups of individuals that they put together. They kind of just pair them based off of just who's willing to pay that amount of money for that. And a lot of the time, roommating is just whoever's there, whoever's convenient for that city.
I know these are very popular in Europe, but how about in the US?
In the US, I think in the bigger cities for sure, because there's more rent basis, because out of cities it's more purchasing houses because of the lower housing costs. But most of the market would be looking towards Europe, I would say. But places like Chicago and New York will definitely be able to utilize this product.
And do you have an idea what the market potential is for
the US?
Yes, in the US.
I do not know that as of the moment, no.
Thank you.
Good job.
Just clicking. You're clicking. So yeah, and just I think they might be ready whenever you are.
All right? Okay. Go for it.
My name is Garrett Stead,
And my name's Izzy Smith.
and together we're college cravings. At Wofford, many students enjoy going out, hanging out with friends, and celebrating the weekend. After a long, strenuous work week, the houses here are filled with bubbling energy.
During or after the road closes, students oftentimes find themselves craving foods such as Cookout, McDonald's, and Taco Bell, which are all located off campus.
Unfortunately, though, there's no late-night food service offered by Wofford, and those off-campus oftentimes have very long lines.
And not everyone has $30 to spend every weekend on delivery food. The solution to students' late-night hunger after having fun at the Row is to have a late-night dining service.
It will be a kiosk stationed at or near the Row, and it will operate Friday and Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. There we'll serve a variety of fast foods such as hamburger sliders, pizza, mozzarella cheese sticks, chicken nuggets, and fries.
Upon approval, the food will be prepared and cooked at AVI's dining facilities on Wofford's campus. Having this option will keep students safely on campus after a long night of hanging out at the Row.
The revenue model is very simple. We will buy food in bulk from wholesale retailers to keep our operating costs low. The food will then be sold at a higher profit.
The average student pays around $8, give or take, at cookout. We want to keep the prices at College Cravings the same, if not lower. We will use Venmo as a form of payment, which most students have.
In addition, we'll hopefully be working with Wofford's Food Service, AVI, to use their kitchen to avoid high startup costs.
One of the social problems on Wofford's campus is students driving when they are not supposed to.
According to Wofford's student-run newspaper, The Old Black and Gold, 30 to 50% of AVI is short-staffed.
Many of the staff are already overworked with just the normal dining hours, and for AVI to even think about opening a late-night snack place is not in their mindset.
So our progress so far is that we've reached out and scheduled meetings with AVI, and we plan on getting in touch with Dean Owens, who's the Dean of Greek Life, to further discuss this.
The money from tonight would be used to purchase inventory. Thank you.
I love this concept. Did you survey anyone else to see if there may be any type of vegetarian options? Or was this just something you all knew most people were wanting to get late night?
We knew, we'd surveyed a lot of people actually, and the overall consensus was that this is what they wanted, these are the types of food they wanted, and we kind of compiled a list of what they wanted and the prices they kind of thought about.
And when you entertained the college about hosting this, were there any options to employ some of the students to help with the late night hours?
Yes, ma'am. Eventually, at first, it would obviously be us starting it, but once things got up and running, we would look to hire college students.
Thank you.
Are you sure that students want to stay up late at weekends?
That's a good question.
So getting employment in any kind of restaurant situation is hard.
Yes, sir. It's very hard
How confident
right now.
are you that college students will want to stay up and do that part rather than being on the fun part of the Friday?
Well, some people might have a big test or an interview that they need to study for, so maybe they don't want to go out and go have too much fun at night, so they might be open to working and still getting to see their friends and stuff.
Also, many students may not want to have jobs off campus, and this could be another opportunity for that.
What about, I'm sorry.
No, go. Sorry.
What about the risk of a friend giving a friend a free hamburger? You know.
They would be definitely vetted first. It would be an honor system.
Thank you.
Do you think that a college administration will let you do this?
I do. It's been very promising so far.
Okay.
We're talking with both Kurt and other teachers and employees.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
You clicking or filming? Okay.
That's the button.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, that's right. You got the tape All right. Are y'all ready? All right.
Welcome to Carolina Marine Restorations, your one-stop shop for all your boat's needs. I'm Caroline May.
And I'm Wilson Grace. Picture this, you just bought the boat of your dreams for $100,000.
Boats are an asset and currently can be a great investment if taken care of properly.
2 months have passed since you bought the boat. You know the boat needs a good detail job, the motor needs to be serviced, you want a few extra accessories installed, and you need to fix a small ding in the gel coat, but you have no idea where to start. You called the guy that worked on your neighbor's boat last week. He's currently booked out 6 months for a boat detail. You have friends coming in town soon and want the boat in great condition. Through research, you find out each of those tasks will require you to bring your boat to different people in different locations. No telling the wait time each.
This is a problem we hear time and time again from our clients. Our solution to this disjointed system that is currently happening is a one-stop shop for all your boat's needs, Carolina Marine Restorations. Now you no longer have to worry about hauling your boat to 3 different locations with long wait lists at each.
Clients contact Carolina Marine Restorations where we have the knowledge, resources, and connections to accomplish anything thrown our way in a timely manner.
In the past, we have done this for fun, but now we are ready to take it to the next level where we see huge potential for exponential growth based on historic transactions.
Our predicted revenue streams are traditional boat detailing jobs being 75%, outsourced boat repairs being 20%, and apparel sales being 5%.
The average boat detailing job costs $650. Since 2020, we have detailed 75 to 100 boats, bringing our total revenue to approximately $57,000.
Our goal is to ensure that nobody's boat ever has to look like this over time, simply because they did not have the ability to maintain it properly.
We create jobs by employing people as well as contracting out work to other small businesses around town.
We pride ourselves in outstanding client reputation and relationships that we keep up with throughout the year. Carolina Marine Restoration started in 2020, emerging from the existing Willie Wash. We have been building client relationships over 7+ years in the business.
In 2020, we sold 100 t-shirts in 4 days. We made an Instagram and Facebook account to promote and share jobs we've done, and we've achieved elite business memberships at West Marine and Ace Hardware.
Our 2021 highlights were that we established a website, we set up invoicing, quote, and referral technology to maximize efficiency and professionalism, and we also opened a new branch servicing the Savannah area. Our next steps and use of funds are to get a good high liability insurance policy and also to purchase an enclosed trailer to transport and store our equipment.
Good stuff. Awesome.
Did you talk about the social impact?
So the social impact is more or less, this is the social impact right here. The system's just super disjointed. Me growing up in the low country, anybody who's got a boat is going to agree with you. If you're never going to find one call that you can make to get all of your work done, you're going to have to call 10 different people. And if you wanted a ton of work done to your boat, for this project, for instance, this might have taken somebody 8 months and 3 different people to do the work on it. But with us, actually the 2 of us knocked it out, I think, 2.5 days.
And I think you said you also are subcontracting folks out?
Yes, sir.
Do you have somebody that will come to Edison next week?
I do. We do most of our boats on that.
And we also pride ourselves in having great client relationships that we keep up with throughout the year. So let's say you have something else come up that happens to your boat, we'll come out there and fix it.
And what I've found is that the #1 problem right now is employees, as it is just about anywhere, and especially professionals that are wanting to do this for a company and not just do it themselves. And so the way that I've positioned the business is to have it set up to where my employees have incentives to work harder. For instance, per boat, they're going to get my employees are going to get 60% of whatever the total revenue was of the boat project itself. And then 40% goes back into the business, 10% of which usually goes back into materials, 30% goes into the business.
Are you able to go to other marinas and perform?
Yes, sir. We go anywhere from Myrtle Beach all the way down to Hilton, now Savannah, actually. And we'll actually go all the way down to St. Simon's, down and lower. Depending on the job, we'll go anywhere. And we hope to grow.
World's our oyster.
What is your total investment on equipment that you need to repair and fix?
So the main thing right now, the way that I've got it, I'm hoping to get this set up, I have to get my EIN number, obviously, to be able to get my credit account. That way I can be able to offset my expenses out about 60 days. Once I'm able to do that, my expenses are going to be more substantial, given that I'm going to be ordering stuff in bulk. But right now, we're looking at about 10% of the job is going to be in materials. I already buy in bulk since we have elite memberships with West Marine and Ace Hardware. So we've already got a ton of equipment. It's pretty easy to go and get that stuff, and, especially with our memberships and West Marine being so readily available.
Good job. Thank y'all.
Caroline, can I get the clicker back?
Oh, yeah. I might just take it home. Oh, I forgot about it.
Look at I'll tell you when we get their scores away.
All right. Judges, are y'all ready?
My name is Taylor Thornton, and my shop is Handy Dandies. Whether you're cutting, dyeing, or styling your hair, it takes time, energy, and money. But what do you do when you don't have these three things? Majority of people will either put their hair up or they'll cover it with a beanie or a bandana. But the bandanas on today's market are bland. That's when I had the bright idea to start Handy Dandies. Handy Dandies is a cute and fun alternative that reduces the amount of time it takes to do your hair in the morning, but also enhances your self-expression as they're customizable to your style. Other bandana shops lack the customizable feature and they're also expensive. However, my bandanas differ here. Each bandana will be priced between $10 to $15 and the cost of production is $5, leaving me with a profit margin of $5 to $10 depending on the bandana that is made. The reason I want to keep my prices so low is because I want my custom items to be affordable for college students, which are my target market. Here's a short clip of me making one of the bandanas. As you can see, I hand paint each bandana, and then later on you'll see that I also have to hand dry them, iron, wash them before they are ready for wear. My bandanas offer an air of authenticity, which is something that customers are craving. They want something that is unique and something that makes them stand out for the crowd. And that is why I started Handy Dandies. Buyers will also be supporting a green shop as well as skilled work. Because my bandanas are not made in a factory, they do not require as much energy as if they were made in a sweatshop. The next step for Handy Dandies will be to start a website, and the money that I would win tonight would go towards starting a quality domain that is easily accessible for my buyers. Thank you.
So you said the production really is only $5 and you're gonna sell them for about $10 to $15 as markup?
Yes.
What about your time?
My time, it takes me about 3.5 hours to make the bandanas, which is a lot of time, but I enjoy doing them, and currently it's a hobby. As I increase the amount of people buying the bandanas, I will increase the prices as well.
Is this for me to use?
Sadly, no, but you're welcome to look at them, yes. And both bandanas are different, so the one that is on your table has a different style to it, and that one I did for Clemson game day.
Very nice, thank you.
Do you sell, or will you sell them through like Etsy or Shopify, or are you going to do this all on your own?
Instead of Etsy, I want to do my own domain, so that way I don't have to go through another company to do that.
Okay.
And that's the reason that I would want to open a domain. But I also need to start an Instagram, so that way I can establish buyers.
Got it. And where do you think buyers are mostly going to come from?
I think buyers will mostly come from college students, because these can be customized for game days, sororities, different things. So I think that mostly it will be college students or high school students.
Okay. What's the biggest challenge you think you're going to face?
I think the biggest challenge is doing them myself. As I said, it takes 3.5 hours, so this is something that I typically don't do during the school year. If I do them during the school year, they're on the weekends and I go all the way home to make them. So I think that is the biggest challenge.
You may have to refigure that cost then.
Say that again?
I'm just saying you may have to refigure that cost. Is home 3 hours away and then
No,
3
it's
hours?
in Greenville.
Okay, I
Yes.
was gonna say, yeah. Because I want to put this on my head, right?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Dave.
This one on the side. Thank you. I'll tell you what to do. Let's let them get questions. I'll make them start.
All right, are we ready?
Hello everyone, I'm Ben, the owner of Bear Baking. Jessica is our social media advisor and our sustainability consultant, as well as my wonderful girlfriend. So a little thing about me is I'm a huge sweet tooth, and over this past summer I worked at Crumble Cookie. I always enjoyed looking getting that free cookie after every shift. That is until my girlfriend convinced me to go vegan. Typical, right? But it was one of the best decisions of my life. Except there's one flaw. We couldn't find any desserts anywhere. After a few hours of research, we ended up wasting $24 on a dozen small and stale cookies. If you have any dietary restrictions, you know how hard it is to find something as simple as a cookie to eat. Accessibility for plant-based and allergy-accommodating baked goods is restricted, and the lack of alternatives is only expedited in small town environments. This is where Bear Baking steps in. We are an inclusive bakery that allows everyone to enjoy a delicious baked good, regardless of their dietary restrictions. Here's our sample pack. It highlights our 3 signature cookies, the Grizzly Bear, the Brown Bear, and the Jay Bear. These are great examples of how we achieve our inclusivity. They only use 10 ingredients per recipe. As you can see, the markets that we plan to be part of are enormous, and they are growing rapidly. I believe that we can occupy a part of the available market due to the growing population in the vegan and allergy-sensitive communities, as well as the lack of inclusive bakeries in South Carolina. We love the environment, and we want every aspect of our business to reflect that. That's why we use 100% recyclable and compostable packaging, as well as researching every ingredient to ensure that we're using the best ingredient for the environment. We hope to break through the negative stigma surrounding vegan and allergy-sensitive food. And to do that, we post educational tips on sustainable living and veganism on our Instagram page. Presently, we are laying the foundations for our bakery. Not literally, but we're doing all the fun stuff like taxes and permits and insurance. And as you can see, the future goals are big. If we win tonight, we hope to take steps to acquire a mobile storefront. We are Bear Baking, where every snack is made with little ingredients but lots of love. We would love for your support tonight and your support for sustainable living every night after. Thank you.
So you want to get to storefronts, but are you going to start by doing it online, or you want to start with the storefront?
Actually, we'll have an on-campus location. Right now I'm baking out of Burwell, just getting some recipes down, like the cookies you're eating right now. I actually baked in Burwell 4 hours ago. I'm an AVI employee, so I have really close connections with the chefs and the AVI management. So I've been able to talk to them, and hopefully we're working out an agreement right now to work at the Galleria, which is where I work, Friday and Saturday nights, and hopefully I can piggyback off of their health permits. So it would be an actual storefront.
What type of sugar do you use on that?
The Grizzly Bear is brown sugar, as well as the Brown Bear, and then the Jay Bear is just your regular granulated sugar. But those in the box right there are vegan and nut-free, and we will have gluten-free options coming out soon.
They were quite good, but sweet.
Yeah, they're very sweet, yeah.
How about options for those that want just a good old cookie?
They can have a good old cookie and it'll be vegan and nut-free.
Actually, I couldn't tell.
Thank you, that means a lot.
It's really good.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Good job.
All right, that was our last student pitch. So we're going to get our scores tabulated and figure out where we go from there. And then hopefully, in a second, we're going to announce our winners. We'll announce this starting at the 5th place and moving up. We're going to try, Addie, I'd love to get a picture of the winners, and I'll switch their slide back to their starting slide so we can do that. But that'll take us just a minute. So talk amongst yourselves while we figure this out real quick. Perfect. Okay. Here's what we've all been waiting for. So we have our results. Here's what we're going to do. First off, we're going to give a huge round of applause to all the students who pitched tonight and all those that came and watched. And we have a 3-way tie for 5th. And so everybody that tied for 5th is going to get 5th place prize money. So we're not going to deviate that. So we'll have 3 5th place prize winners. We're going to ask the pitchers to come up We're going to get your main slide on the screen one at a time. We're going to ask our judges to come over, and we're going to take a picture with the students and the judges, and then we're going to move along. Does that sound fair? Awesome. So, our first 5th place prize winner is Merge. Carrington Johnson, come on. So come on up. This is going to take forever, but just bear with me here, y'all. I could have thought about that. And judges, will y'all come over while I'm playing around with this and get a picture with... it's just easier. Well,
Congratulations. You did a great job.
now that I've clicked it 800 times. Yeah.
Great.
Oh, there we go. Okay. This is probably easier. Awesome. Oh, present the current slide. Addie, is that going to work?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mask, no mask.
Y'all can take your mask off for the picture real quick if you want to. Hold your breath.
3, 2, 1. Got it.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Was that the right smile? Ellica did. I don't think I was ready.
All right. Our second 5th place prize is Merce Mechanics. Way to go, Murphy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
Awesome. Yep.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Awesome. All of our 5th place winners will get $750, and our third 5th place winner is Carolina Boat Restoration. Come on.
Congratulations. Pretty good job.
Yeah, you have
All right, however y'all want to stand, do the mask off.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome. All right, congratulations. All right, 4th place, Lulu. Come on. Congratulations, Davis. Awesome. Lulu is getting $750 as well for 4th place. Our 3rd place winner will get $1,500, closed by Lyles. Come on down.
What a jacket girl. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I like that.
Awesome. Congratulations. Way to go, Lyles. Congrats. All right. Our 2nd place winner will get $2,500 bear baking. Come on down.
Thank you. Congrats. Thank you. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Our grand prize winner, $4,500 Campus Connection.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Great
That
job.
haircut did it.
Awesome. Awesome. Lakisha, John, Marcos, and Paul, thank y'all so much for giving your expertise here tonight, spending time with us. We really, really appreciate it. And hope you'll enjoy the treats and things that you got from our participants tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
For all of you all students, thank y'all so much. Many of you all spent hours in our office and outside of that. To watch the growth over the past couple of weeks is phenomenal. I can speak for our entire team. We love working with students, and we love helping you shine like you did tonight. So thank you for your time. Faculty who are here, thank you for being part of this amazing place we call Wofford. Have a wonderful night. If there's questions you have for me or others on our team, we're going to be around for about 10 minutes because we've been told we got to be out of here by 8. So if you want to take your conversations to the Starbucks outside, do that. Again, congratulations and thank everyone for coming.